This is Outback Australia. And for a lot of you watching this for the first time, you'd probably think, when it comes to having a good time, we're a bit limited to choice. And you'd be right.
Hang on. Come on.
Because when it comes to fishing, well, we don't get a lot of real action in that department.
Bloody thong cod.
And when it comes to our boats, none of them are seaworthy. And this is about as close as we get to surfing.
Hey, boy!
But there is one thing we do have in every direction around here that is common and accessible to all of us. Outback Australia's big, long, wide open roads that we can drive our classics, ride our bikes and roll our rigs on in any direction till the sun sets whenever we go. And this is where I come in to invite you into my Outback as I bring you to some of Outback Australia's most awesome rigs, rides, classic cars and fabulous trucks and their awesome owners in Rusty Roads with Sandy Beach. Hey guys, we're back again on the hunt for Outback classic old automotive gold. And carrying on from our last episode, where we smoked our dude's shed with his rusty, brakeless relic, to a piece of history he holds ever dear to his heart. And moving forward into the end of Dude's collection, we slide open the door to the crypt of the most treasured in his collection. So this is a very, very rare piece of motorcycle history, and it's the thing that right now Dude has probably got as closest to his heart because it belonged to his grandfather. So tell us a little bit more about this bike, the Providence, and what future hopes and aspirations you have for it.
Well, I hope to have a motor in it before I die. The head sits right up in here, and single cylinder, bronze timing cover, magneto at the front. Basically bicycle style pedals out of the centre bracket here. This is my grandfather here. This is the night he won the championship. This is this bike. All I found was the frame in my dad's shed after Dad passed away. A friend of mine, Peter Berthistle in Vic, made the handlebars. I got the handlebars made for me. Cliffy Glover found a set of forks, which is exactly the type, even though they're Prince forks, they wouldn't have been the racing ones, but that's what he had on the bike.
The tyres are remarkably new.
They are new, yeah.
Wow, so they actually still make tyres for this style of bike?
Yeah, these are a clincher rim.
You just explain that to the punter.
Well, modern rims are safety rims.
Right.
So they go flat, they don't come off, the tyre doesn't come off the rim as readily.
Yeah.
As, whereas these go flat, and virtually it's only a little C-section of the rim and the tyre goes into it like that. And it's the pressure that keeps the tyre on the rim.
So if you had a blowout of one of these, the likelihood that the tyre was going to come off the rim and basically create carnage.
I believe there was another piece you would put in there that sort of would help it from doing that, but I haven't been able to track any down.
Speaking of tracking things down, he's looking for a motor, and this is what we were talking to you before about. We're going to put a shout out to anyone out there in the world that can help Greg acquire an engine, motors are electric, for this bike. So tell us, what sort of engine do you need for this? What's the powertrain you require?
Well, it's an Indian, and it's a 4-valve, bronze timing cover, single cylinder, 500cc, and that's what I really need.
So what's the hardest part in terms of acquiring the parts? It's the engine. Everything else you got?
Everything, yeah. I have a Maggie.
You just need the donk.
Pretty much, yeah.
And you've looked obviously overseas for one of these. You must have looked everywhere.
They turn up from time to time, but people won't part with them.
Okay.
A fellow I've got to know, Nick Atkins, refurbished the frame for me, and his son Luke have been really helpful. And as soon as something pops up, they let me know. And so at this stage, haven't managed to actually been able to hang on to anyone yet.
1928.
1928.
What year's the bike?
Oh, well, it'd have to be 26, 27.
Okay.
Couldn't be any later.
At a glance, and again, I'm not a racing bike guy, but is this the origins of speedway racing that we now see today, where the guys are leaning over on their sides, going around the track?
Yeah, but definitely it was the beginning of speedway. And I don't know if you can see there, but look at the crowd. Like 20,000, 30,000 people at a speedway meeting.
The old halcyon days, and there was Bugsy Malone and the rest of the gangsters from New York.
Yeah,
so,
that's right. Well, this is in Wavell, in Adelaide, and I still think to the day, like, how did all those people get there with the transport and with their bicycle? How many bicycles were parked outside?
Well, the one thing for them, they didn't need a COVID pass.
That's true.
But thank you very much for taking us through this incredible collection of yours, mate. I really appreciate the time you've given us. And, you know, with Rusty Roads, they're not relegated to just 4 wheels. We'll take 2, we'll take 10, we'll take as many. We'll take tracked wheels as well, tractors. If you've got a vehicle that you'd like us to talk about and share with the world, wherever it might be. In fact, the more remote you are, the more chance we want to find out about where you are. And so we can then tell the world about your incredible collection, like my mate Dude and his incredible collection, soon to be now relocated to Victoria. But mate, thanks all the same.
No worries.
Love your work. And happy riding into the future. This has been another instalment of Rusty Roads with Beachy. We'll catch you next time around.
And next time, we will be at the 2022 Red Centre Nats when it comes to Alice Springs, Central Outback Australia. Meanwhile, please like, share, subscribe and even comment. Most importantly, click on that notification bell so you don't miss more episodes as I reveal yet another Outback automotive gem on Rusty Roads with Sandy Beach.